welcome back, boys and girls. Back on the 77620 Datsun pickup. Tonight we're going to be playing with the stock suspension. Truck will be going into phases. We'll be doing a standard static drop tonight with no blocks. We're going to be rearranging the rear springs on it just to get it down there to a soft ride. And this will be the first stage of just getting it closer to earth a little bit, but she's up and running so far, so stay with us while we get her down, get rid of the ugly wheels that's on it, and get her cleaned up a little bit, and we'll be right back with you. Thanks. Okay, so what we'll be doing under the front suspension here is, if you can see, there's a rubber stop right here. This guy right here. Now when you lower it, this arm's going to come up and hit that bump stop. This bump stop will cause you to ride like a brick. So we get rid of that bump stop so you'll have a little bit of travel room here, and it will keep you riding a little bit softer in the front end. So what we're going to be doing is removing the shock. Sometimes you can get away without doing that because the nut itself is on top. You can see access down in there. A little dirty. Work on getting. By the way, you will need a 12mm, usually one of these little guys. Almost. Yep. Almost ready to spin out there. Because after it's passed out, no, they should just spin out now. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Gone. And there you go. Okay, now we've got the bolt out. Now, here is your original location. Actually, that's how it goes in there originally. So, just like that, your nut comes off there, and your rubber bump stop comes out the hole. That gives you a couple extra inches of traveling. Now we have reinstalled the shock and the bump stop is gone. Some of the updates we'll be doing later on is we will be getting rid of the drum brakes up front for sure. Like I said, we will be airbagging the truck as we go and getting rid of all the fun stuff like torsion bars and everything. And we'll definitely be cleaning all of this rat's nest up. But one of the next things on our agenda is, let me get some light over here. We'll definitely be doing the exhaust system before it goes out on the road, because the exhaust is going to be a hindrance per se. But here's where we're going to be going next on the 620. And we will be clocking these so they won't be hanging down there. But these here, those are your torsion bar bolts. You loosen these little guys and they let the tension off the front end For you guys that haven't done any work on trucks or semi-experience per se, but you have a couple of bolts here, or should I say bolts and nuts, those that are technical. This truck's been sitting a long time, so we'll have to make sure it's mechanically sound and clean. God, clean, very clean. But up above here, there's two nuts on this bolt. One is going to be your lock nut. The second one is going to be what you're loosening. So we're going to be loosening this top one first, so it'll release the bottom one. And the farther you release these bars will be coming down, which they'll be hanging. If you go over a speed bump, you'll rip them off and your truck will collapse to the ground, which has happened to myself before in the past. So we'll be doing this now, and eventually we'll pull these out later on and reclock them, keep them up in there until the truck is bagged out. But for now, we're just trying to get it to look good. So yeah, let's do that. So see you soon here. Now I realize everybody hasn't got impact tools or a shop, but hey, I'm old and I get spoiled like this sometimes, and I'm lazy. Okay, that's probably a lot more than what we need, but hey, we're gonna see what happens, because if it came loose, we can always tighten them back up and see how that goes. Hey, what the heck, we take risk, like fuel, fire, cutting stuff up, but this will all be steam cleaned. Cab will probably wind up coming off of this truck, just to let you guys know. Yeah, they don't last in this shape too long, not around me. So this is just the beginning. So hey, I hope this is helping you guys. If you like it, comment, ask questions, I don't mind. And if I'm doing something you don't agree with, just yeah, you don't have to comment, just keep it to yourself. Alright, well, let's get wheels on, see what happens. Sorry folks, had to take a brief intermission here because that dent right there is annoying me to death, and we will get to the bodywork part of this truck, but for right now, I kind of have to get my trusty porta power out and try to do something about this, because it's just killing me. So we'll see what happens real quick. How about that? Alright, so far we brought down the front end. I didn't even bother to measure actually, but I brought her down probably a good 3, and as you can see, still gonna have some suspension if you still want to keep some ride to your ride. It'll still have some good suspension, and we still got plenty of room to go. So we're going to leave it there for right now and get the back done and move on. And you should probably want to go lower after this, I'm sure. I want to go lower, but we'll see what happens. All right, thanks.